I published 70 pieces of social content over this last month, and every single one, every LinkedIn post, every Instagram carousel, every YouTube short, I didn't create a single one. AI created every single one of these pieces, pulling from one YouTube video. I didn't repurpose a single piece of this manually. All of this came from one recording session and one 10-minute chat with AI. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I did that so that you can do it too. So you probably noticed that every time you log onto a social channel, you'll see the same faces. Could be Stephen Bartlett and Diary of a CEO, Chris Williamson, all of these kind of people. Every marketing guru included amongst them. You log on, you see their face, you hear something from them, their opinions, their beliefs, their interviewees. Now what these people are doing is something called omnipresent marketing. They are being seen by you every single day across multiple different platforms to build trust and familiarity. They're playing on something called the mere exposure effect. This is a very simple psychological principle where essentially you will prefer the brand or the person that you see more frequently. If you have two brands with identical products at identical price points, brand A is advertising every day. You see them on your social feeds. You get emails from them. They're even advertising on TV. Brand B is doing none of that. The exact same product, the exact same price point. Who are you going to buy from? It's going to be brand A because you know them, you're familiar with them, and so you trust them a little bit more. That's all that these people are doing. They're staying top of mind and building that familiarity so that when they do sell you something, you're more likely to buy it. And this has been the marketer's playbook for many years. Omnipresent marketing. Be on every channel. Be seen every single day by your target audience. I remember the master marketer Neil Patel doing this years ago, where he had an Instagram campaign where he paid a ton of influencers on Instagram to hold up a simple sign saying, "Who is Neil Patel?" Now, of course, what this did was it had everybody going to Google quickly and searching, "Who is Neil Patel?" if they weren't familiar with him. You had all of the people on Instagram saying, "Who is Neil Patel?" You had all of the SEO blogs saying, "Look at what Neil's just done over here." All of the social media blogs saying, "Look at what Neil's done over here." And all of these people who read those places are Neil's ideal customer. All of those backlinks also helped him shoot up in the Google rankings, which meant anybody searching for marketing help would likely see Neil Patel at the top of Google as well. All of that is a huge trust indicator to go, this Neil Patel fella seems like he knows what he's doing. We should trust him with our business. And that kind of approach of omnipresent, omni-channel marketing has been the gold standard. The problem with this is that omnipresent marketing has always been very resource intensive. If you were to take just 4 channels, let's say LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, right? 4 channels. If you're doing organic marketing, each of those would require at least 1 post per day optimized for that channel. LinkedIn, a written post. Instagram, a visual post or a carousel. Facebook, probably some rage bait. YouTube, video. 4 different kinds of content, at least 1 per day. That's a lot. It adds up very quickly. And most people don't have the time, the team, or the finances to do that well. But that's no longer a problem thanks to AI. The problem is that most people are using AI very poorly when they're using it to do their social content. It doesn't sound like them. It uses all of the same generic templates and formulas. It doesn't really get people to engage because people immediately dismiss it as AI slop. So I set myself a challenge. Can I create a system that would post across multiple social platforms for me in my tone of voice multiple times per day without me having to put in hours and hours of effort? What I wanted to do was take one recording, turn that into 40 plus pieces of content that still sound like me. I'm going to run you through that system. So let me run you through the actual system. I've been working in marketing for around 13 years at this point. I've helped many brands grow through multiple different channels, and I've built teams that will handle social strategies for brands that I build the strategies. So essentially what I did when building this full system was create multiple AI agents to focus on different aspects that we needed specialist expertise in. We'll run you through the agents in a second. It does look like this. It's in Claude Code. Members of Growth Models Plus, GM Plus, our private community, get access to all of the skills that we build as well. And this is our content engine system. And these are the skills in particular. So as you can see from this, multiple different skills of like how to do carousels, very specific carousel image. We went out, we analyzed like a ton of different carousels and found that the best carousels have 2 intro slides, a couple of value slides and a CTA slide. And it's usually 7 slides is what gets the best engagement. So that carousel will create a 7-slide carousel for you, that skill. We have everything from LinkedIn engagement posts. These basically always it's rage bait. LinkedIn it is, sadly right now, I don't think is a platform where you get much value. What works is to rage bait people, get them to engage, increases your reach, get you to show up in their feed more and more, because LinkedIn algo then thinks, oh, you like this person's post. So you rage bait, get people to engage, and then you have expertise and story-based posts which show your expertise and build more familiarity. Again, the mere exposure effect. We have it for Instagram stories, social memes, all of this stuff. And I'll run you through the system because you'll see others in here like transcript analyzer. What's this? So I'll run you through it. So the problem that I often find with a lot of AI written content is that it sounds very generic. It doesn't take a stance, it sits on the fence, and it's those same kind of templates and approaches that everybody's using. I have no problem with templates. Some of the best performing social content is based on templates, but it has to be based on you, your opinions, and a controversial opinion. So what we do is we start with a YouTube video. And the skills actually that we've built here is we have a couple of skills for the YouTube video. So we have YouTube research. All you have to do is get linked up with the YouTube API, and it will research what kind of topics are working well for competitors in the space, what topics are working well for you and your YouTube channel. It will do a draft based on the drafts of the kind of content that's working so very well right now. And then it's up to you to go and record that video. So this video was actually drafted with that skill. And in fact, I have the draft up here. This is it. There you go. So I only do bullet points because reading from a script sounds too scripted, quite literally. So bullet points just to remind me about the key points that we need to cover. The YouTube video then gets published, right? And so that's published. That's then a YouTube asset over here. Boom, that's it. It's optimized. We have skills that will help you write the description with keywords and all of this stuff in. That's not that important right now. But what is built into it is a description writer that will have your best CTAs, and it will optimize which CTA should be with which YouTube video for the highest click-through rate. After you've done the YouTube video, we will have that turn into a blog post, right? Main reason is, and the way that we do this, let's go to the website where you can see, it will embed the YouTube video at the top, and it will take the transcript and turn that into a blog post. It's not creating content from nothing. It's taking your thoughts, your opinions, and turning them into a blog post. So as you can see here, let's just pick one of these. These are all it. And it will do a very simple thumbnail as well. So there we go. We have all of this, and then the AI has written this. So we have turned one piece of content into two immediately. Marvelous. What it will then do, that is its own thing. The AI will look at the video transcript. And from that video transcript, what it will do is it will create multiple different things. It will take that transcript and analyze it in different ways. And so you'll have, say, LinkedIn. And with LinkedIn, it will create a daily, and anywhere from 7 to 10 written posts. It will do 2 carousels. It will also do image posts, right? And so there you go. You've got this now. And so every day you're going to be doing at least one written post. Twice a week you'll have carousels. You'll have some image posts, which is all great. And then we'll have the various Instagram skills that this one will also do carousels and images. And again, a lot of these you can cross-post to other platforms. The work has been done for these written posts. I publish them on Facebook. Organic Facebook reach is terrible. But if you're running ads, like I often do, then what I want is when somebody goes to check out my page, they see that the page is live and that there's actual posts being shared with value, with real opinions and all of this kind of stuff. Because people will click through to the page who's advertised to be like, who is this person? Especially if you're advertising to cold traffic. So LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, it's the same sort of thing. We basically built channel-specific skills to optimize the base level analysis for each of these. In addition, what I built was a shorts analysis. So it basically analyzes the transcript analyzer here, and the video clip selector. These two work in tandem. And what it will do is it will say, hey, you've got a couple of really good shorts in this that you can use. Now I use Descript for this, the tool, and basically I have the AI go through and it says to me from 22 seconds to 71 seconds. That's a good short. This is what we should title it. I have to go in and manually chop out those shorts in Descript, and then I can export them and then let that sort of have that. This creates, again, 7 to 10 shorts, depending on the length of the video. If you have a longer video, you could I've pulled 30 shorts from a long video before. But this then gives you daily video content. So that's the basics of the content creation system, but there's more that we've built into it than this, because a lot of the times AI will produce stuff that simply isn't good enough. And so what I have is, into all of my skills, I've built what I call, let's put him in blue, the Don, after Don Draper, and he is quality control. And so at each skill will have, before it passes it off to me for approval, we'll have Don Draper saying, yes, no, this is good, this is not good. It's trained on what to look for in each of these things, and it will kick it back to the writer skill if it's no good and say, do it again. This supervisor skill will review every piece of content before it goes into scheduling, just to make sure that everything is above board and where it should be in terms of quality, so that we're not publishing something that is just completely awful. Now, you have to train this tool, the Don Draper system, on all of the key things that you want to be known for. Is it in your tone of voice? Does it offer actual value? Is it aligned with the formatting for that platform? All of these kind of things that make sure that you're not just publishing quantity, but it's actually quality as well. Once something passes Don, it moves to distribution, and that's fully automated too, which I'll run you through. So essentially the distribution, what I wanted to do was I wanted to be present on multiple platforms at the similar times, but every single day publishing multiple pieces of content. Monday we might do a written post in the AM. First thing in the morning, we do a written post. In early afternoon, we'll share one of the video posts, right? And then in the evening, we'll do an image post or something like this, right? Really simple stuff. And then while that's happening on Monday, Tuesday, we might also add in a carousel post. And then on Friday, that might become a poll or something else that's relevant for that platform. You can just build these nice, cool skills, add them into the system. The things here, a lot of people now are talking about Claude Dispatch and how I can have it working from my phone and I can be out to dinner and have it doing this stuff. If I'm out to dinner, I want to be out to dinner. I don't want to be messaging Claude about, oh, is that post gone? I always think of these things in the same sense of, if I'm hiring a VA, I don't want to micromanage the VA. If I say to the VA, hey, here's some content, chop that into shorts, write some posts based on the transcript and publish it every single day. I then expect that to just be scheduled in. It will take them a couple of hours. They would use a post scheduler like a Hootsuite or something, and it would be done. So I want this to act in the exact same way. So I built that into the system as well. Let's make this one orange. So this is basically what happens, right? All of the approved posts go in, and then what we do is we have the AI upload them to Google Cloud Services. What this will essentially do is give us an permanent in the cloud storage solution for those posts. Now you can set this up for free as well. Google Cloud Services, I think you get 5 gigabytes for free. And that's more than enough, because what you can do is you can just do a week's worth of posts and then clear them once they've been sent. Easy, right? Problem is Google Cloud Services is just a storage layer. So then it's also integrated. We have Hub Actions, and I have a simple listener every 15 minutes that triggers every 15 minutes to see if any posts should have been shared. If one is coming up on that 15-minute mark to be shared or is in the last 15 minutes, then this automates the sending and sends the package to Make. Make has routing. It's a Make automation. Make has all of the routing in it to basically decide, oh, this is an Instagram post, it goes over here. This is a LinkedIn post, that goes over there. I'm considering moving this to NA10, self-hosted NA10, but that will come with time. At the minute, Make is working. We'll see. If I wanted to add TikTok in, I think NA10 would probably be the better option. Because a video short can just go to TikTok too. But then that's the whole system. We have a couple of AI agents that basically break down all of the content into these different formats, and different skills are trained on different kinds of content so that it is always a good level of content. We have Don Draper that sits at the top and makes sure that everything is approved before it gets sent on to the next stage or to you for approval. The only real manual bit is you have to manually cut the shorts. I've tried using AI for this and it just doesn't, it's not good enough. Claude Code's really good at identifying within the transcript what would make a good short, but it's not good at cutting those shorts yet. I'm looking at the API integration with Descript to see if we can automate that as well. Then you just give it all of the stuff and it goes to Google Cloud Services. We have this set up and you can just reset your own posting schedule. GitHub Actions listen every 15 minutes. And then this is the make automation. Let's go into the actual scenario so you can see, there we go. Initial tests and then recently. So little webhook and then different filtering within. So is this, and these are all filtered. Is it YouTube? If it's YouTube, download and upload to YouTube. Is it LinkedIn? If it's LinkedIn, is it and these are all filters as well. If it's written, if it's an image, if it's a video. Instagram, different Instagram things, different Facebook post types. And that just works there. Like, that's quite simple. This was a pain in the ass to set up, and that's why I'm hesitant to move to N8N, because I don't want to waste another afternoon setting this up. But if it's necessary, then we will do that. It will post all of this stuff. And in the last week, I spun this system up again, and it's worked quite well. Here we go, LinkedIn before this. If we could go further back in time, let's go past 14 days. You'll see that I'm not active on LinkedIn. I don't really enjoy the platform. So I was at like 0 posts. Ooh, marvelous. And then immediately once we kicked this in, 33,000 impressions from this. And if you see my other videos, we have a video on spearfishing with dynamite, or spearfishing as well. And essentially spearfishing is sharing something of value, and then anybody who engages with it, you can then do a DM to. The thing is then it's not a cold DM, it's a warm DM. They're more likely to respond, and we've closed tons of clients and things that way. 33,000 impressions is really good for seeding that audience on any platform. Like, you can get people to engage and then you can start following up with them manually. This one posted a huge number of it. The reach on LinkedIn is pretty poor right now for most people. And it was a controversial post. I got ratioed by some people in there. I don't really care, because I got 42 people here who I could go reach out to. There'll be some overlap and some non-overlap with these 44 comments that I can then also go reach out to. So I've got maybe 50 to 60 people here that I could cold DM and say, hey, I saw that you hated the thing about cold DMs. We built a system that will do spearfishing for you. And it could be this content engine. If you're interested, I can give you a demo. I could record a quick demo, have them join the community, GM Plus, so that they can get access to this for themselves. Simple as that. But this is the thing, right? And then it will be the same on Instagram. Again, I don't really like Instagram. I don't really use social media in my personal life. I try to stay away from it. I just use it for work. In your own time, Instagram. There we go. See, I don't have a big following or anything, but we've got these quote posts, all of this kind of stuff. We've got the videos, the carousels that are going out. And if you had a better Instagram following than I do, then you'd probably get some better responses. Let's have a look at some of the output as well. So the outputs, this will be that one. It's done all of these kind of things. I trained it to do like fake tweets as well. So basically taking your thoughts from your YouTube transcript and turning it into a tweet. And we know that's not a real tweet because that is not my handle. Fake tweets, fake social posts. We've got these carousels where it slides. Like I said, we discovered that 7 image carousels are the ones that work. We've got a couple of videos up here and then more carousels. Simple quotes. All of this stuff, just to throw it out there. Now, the final part that nobody seems to be doing with AI that really takes this all to the next stage is listening. And what I mean by that is, after you've done all of this stuff, you need to keep doing more of what's working and less of what's not. So if we were to think of this as you have your AI creation, you have your publication, you have your outcome. So the outcome would be how well different kinds of posts are working on different platforms. What I've done with mine is, again, set up various different tools to link to the APIs. With Facebook, you need to set up a Facebook app, and that will do Instagram and Facebook. But what it can do is it can essentially pull all the statistics of what posts are working well and what are not. And that outcome then needs to be fed back to this stage here. So you need to be able to understand what's working well. These controversial posts, these angles, this format, this topic is working really well to get loads of engagement. When you can do that, the next iteration will be better. And what you should be doing, and what I've added into this, is those feedback loops are able to go back and change some of the training for those earlier skills so that it optimizes for what is working well and what is getting results. Without this, you're just throwing stuff out there and hoping it hits. With this, each iteration should improve, should get better, should get you better results as well. So this is where I think the future of a lot of AI usage is going to go. This is where a lot of agencies need to be focusing, a lot of consultants need to be focusing as well. Right now, a lot of people are using AI, but very poorly. They are using a $20 a month ChatGPT subscription and expecting that to churn out life-changing results for them. It's not going to happen. What you need to be doing is codifying your expertise, the systems that you build, the expertise that you bring into skills and systems, and not single skills, right? Systems of skills, where each one feeds into the next, passes off its output of research to the creation. The creation goes to an editor or an overseer like the Don Draper skill, which says, hey, this hits our baseline for quality, we can progress it, or it doesn't. Here's some tips on how to improve it. You need to be building those skills. If you're not building those skills, you are going to be left behind. In addition, you need to make sure that those skills actually have real life applications. Most people are building things with AI that have no real life applications. Something like this is saving people hours and hours, 10 hours a week of content creation, content scheduling, all of this kind of stuff, right? It's all done for them here in this AI, which means this will be a lot easier for me to sell than somebody says, I've written a skill that will write a single LinkedIn post. I don't care about your single LinkedIn post, mate. I've written a skill that will take one single piece of content and turn it into 40 to 70 pieces of content that will then auto-schedule to your social platforms. You get to be seen on all of these different platforms with no extra time and without loss of your opinions. Everything that this creates is based on you, your opinions, and what you've already created. So you're never surprised when you log in and you see something where it's completely antithetical to your brand positioning or your opinions. That's what you should be looking at building with AI. Now, if you want access to this and the other skills that we built, like the Meta ad skill, Google ad skills, all of these things, which are multi-skill systems, check out Growth Models Plus. There's a link in the description below. You can join us in there. And when you join, you get access to our GitHub repo with all of these in. It is a paid premium community, and obviously you get all of the support and everything that you need in there. But you can shortcut a lot of basically building your own AI agent systems by getting access to the ones that I'm building and testing in the real world with real businesses.